Perfect time to retire? Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. This is funny because this is a conversation I was having earlier today. I'd like to thank my friend Tom for having me out. We both had shared a iced tea. Well, I had an iced tea. He had an Arnold Palmer looking over the Rogue River and having a great chat. And one of the topics that came up, I think, is one of those that it gets discussed from time to time, but probably is great advice that gets followed the least, I would say, overall in life. And that has to do with the concept of retirement. And so I just wanted to touch on kind of my view of it because Tom shares, I think we have a very similar view of what retirement is, because he refers to himself as a retired real estate man, but it really, the retirement's in quotes, and it's that idea that if you really are retired in the traditional sense, that concept that, I don't know how traditional it is, but really within the past 40-50 years, there's this concept of retiring, meaning you never have to work again, and so you don't work again, you don't do anything. And that unto itself isn't necessarily a bad idea, but it's more, I think what ends up happening, my personal belief is that people lose meaning in their lives if they tie all their meaning to work and then they give up that work. If their entire meaning of life is somehow tied to that job, as soon as they give up that job, it's not that they're giving up the job that kills them, it's giving up the meaning. And the reason why I say that is because, I don't know if you've seen this, but you can go and look up the stats, that it is very, very common that people that have a very long-term job, you hear it mostly about police officers or firefighters, that there are certain professions that as soon, especially really intense, for some reason it's intense professions that take a lot of effort, and that as soon as they give up that work, they go home, and not long after that end up dying of something. Something gets them and they're done. But what really got them wasn't them giving up the job. It's them giving up that meaning of life, the meaning of their life, and being able to pass. And so I think oftentimes it could be something as simple as just having more of a connection with people on a daily basis. Maybe that's what gave that person's life meaning. And because they're not in connection with people, they lose that. By default, it's not the job itself, but it's that reason to get up in the morning, so to speak. And if you don't have that, then retirement's a horrible scenario. It really is that concept of just hanging out and not doing anything. I think that's a bad scenario for most people. If you don't have a real meaning in your life, if you don't have a dream you're chasing or something important to you, passing on wisdom, if nothing else, if you're at an age where you don't have anything besides a past, but being able to pass that wisdom on to the next generations in some way or form, that's a meaning. That can be something powerful unto itself. I don't know. What are your thoughts on retirement? Do you consider yourself retired? Would you ever retire? And what would be your purpose for life after that? Where do you see yourself going after that so-called line in the sand? Love to hear what you think. Leave me a comment down below wherever you're watching or listening to this, or you can always leave a comment over at brianjpombo.com. We've got all of these archived over there, both video, audio, and even transcripts of a lot of these episodes. So go check it out. And if you're interested in any of this information and you're willing to, I mean, this is very much a broad concept today, but if you're looking for strategies to help you in your business life, regardless of what type of business you have, go check out 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. You can get your own free copy at amazonproofbook.com. You have a great night. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.